Every 19 seconds, someone in the world is diagnosed with breast cancer. It's the most common cancer among women worldwide. In fact, 1 in every 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. And yes, men can get it too. Hundreds of men die from breast cancer annually. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and while most people know of the disease, the annual campaign aims to remind people to take the steps to detect the cancer at an earlier stage to ensure their safety. I talked with Diane Short about her experience with breast cancer.
I was diagnosed with what they call triple negative breast cancer about 1.5 years ago. It's a kind of a rare breast cancer that recurs, and it's pretty aggressive. Only about 15 or 20% of the people who have breast cancer are diagnosed with that. Was getting yearly mammograms for 10 years, didn't show up, and it all of a sudden showed up way under my arm in a high place, and just grew exponentially. Went to a surgeon, got the lump removed, and they found out it was cancerous, and started chemotherapy immediately. And then probably 3-4 months later, found out that it had spread to my brain and my liver. So just followed the chemotherapy and radiation pathway and cleared up. I was cancer-free for 6 months. And then it just kind of recurred over the last year, and I'm still receiving chemotherapy for that. It'll be an ongoing process, but that's about how I discovered it.
Do you have a family history of breast cancer?
Absolutely none. No family history of any sort of cancer.
What advice would you give to those who are unsure of their options when it comes to ensuring that they're safe from a breast cancer diagnosis?
Definitely genetics. You need to look into your family history. You're a lot more prone to getting breast cancer if you have a family history. 40 years old, start getting a mammogram. Self-examination is very, very important. If you're suspicious about something, a lot of people, have white coat syndrome. If you don't know about it, then it's not going to happen. Ask your doctor, just be prepared, be proactive. If you think there's something wrong, doesn't mean there necessarily is, but you need to look into it and be proactive.
Do you have any additional messages you'd like to give?
When you're diagnosed with cancer, everybody thinks it's a death sentence. There is so much they can do for that now. There's so many different kinds of drugs, radiation. If one pathway doesn't work, they can switch you to something else. I mean, I'm on my 6th chemo drug, and I feel better now than I did a year ago. It does not mean, instant death. There's people who've lived years and years and years. It can go into remission, can come back. You just treat it again, and lots of advances in medicine, and not nearly as much to be afraid of as there was 50 years ago.
Short says she greatly appreciates the outreach and support from students during the month of October. Reporting for Wingspan TV, I'm Parker Butler.